In this how-to video, we will integrate FortiWeb with Azure AD to support SAML-based authentication for FortiWeb administrators. Here are the steps we will cover to support the use case which a remote admin will authenticate through a FortiWeb to an Azure SAML. Here's the topology. The client will connect to the FortiWeb, and from FortiWeb, it will initiate a SAML auth to Azure AD. Step 1 is to navigate Azure Services, Microsoft Entra ID. And create a new enterprise application. And enter a name of your application. Once application name is entered, click Create. Step 2. Navigate to Manage, Single Sign-On, SAML. And edit the basic configuration. Copy the single sign-on details from the FortiWeb. Step 3 is to provision and add a new claim. Navigate to Attributes and Claims. Enter name as username and enter source attributes and save. Step 4 is to download IdP Certificate and navigate to SAML Certificate, click Edit, and download Base 64 Certificate. Step 5, with additional configurations in Azure are required. Applications created in Azure Active Directory typically have the User Assignment Required option enabled by default. However, we turned it off, allowing all users in the directory, both members and guests, to access the application. We configured FortiWeb. Our first task is to import the Azure IdP certificate, which we downloaded to our computer in the previous step. Navigate to Security Fabric on the FortiWeb, configure settings within the single sign-on settings, and enter the IdP settings to match with the Microsoft Azure SAML configuration. Step 8. After Azure and FortiWeb SSO SAML are configured, attempt to log in via Azure AD account to log in the FortiWeb.